welcome to Vlogmas Day 13. So I got the idea to film a keto recipe for you guys. If you know me or follow me on social media, then you may know that I eat low carb / keto. I like to make keto recipes, but I'm low carb because keto is when you're like in a state of ketosis, and I am not, and usually am not. So I just will do keto recipes just to keep everything low carb. I've been doing this for a while now, and I really like it, and I feel really great, and I've lost like 18 pounds and like 10 inches altogether. I've dropped 2 jean sizes, so it's bomb. I have more energy. Before I had like a ton of issues with my stomach and like bad heartburn and all this hot mess, and that's all like improved so much. Like I could get off of my medicine that I was taking for heartburn. I had like a prescription medicine for it, and I got off of that over the summer, and it's December, so that's really amazing for me. So what we're gonna do here is I'm going to be making a keto chili. Well, not keto, I would say low carb. Basically, there's no beans, and instead of beans, you add more vegetables. And I like to make it this way so much better. Not only are you gonna feel better after, but beans, like, I know people joke about like them making you like, you know, fart and stuff, but for me, they just like mess my stomach up. They make me really bloated, and they make me feel so gross. Like my body doesn't react well to them. Like, I don't know, like starches and beans and bread and like anything that's just like hearty like that, it's just drags me down. I don't know what it is. So I really like eating this way a lot better. But so we've got, this is all the produce, and the meat is from a local grocery store off base. So we have some ground meat here, and then yellow and red bell peppers, an onion, a carrot. We have our spices over here. I usually play by ear. We got cayenne, paprika, cumin, salt, pepper, and I'll usually play it by ear. Like I'll add this in and I'll taste it and I'll see what it needs more of. And some Worcestershire sauce, and then some Rotel and tomato puree. So that's what's on the list. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get the meat in the pot. I usually like to do this crock pot style, but I decided too late in the day to do crock pot, but I think this will be really good. I have a plan. So what was I gonna tell you guys? Well, I'm gonna get the meat started, and then while the meat is like starting to cook, I'm going to get the vegetables chopped up. And oh yeah, duh, I remembered I was gonna tell you. So what a lot of you may not know is that I went to culinary school. I graduated December 2013, before like I ever got pregnant with Mason. So yeah, I like to think that my food is pretty bomb, and a lot of people will vouch for me and tell you that I make bomb ass food. Like when there's holidays and stuff, people always want me to cook. They want it to be at our house, so I cook everything. And I do love cooking for people, which you guys have seen in, you know, my video when I cooked all the food for Marines. So yeah, let's get started because we got to get dinner on the stove. So here's our meat. I've got my big Cuisinart pot right here. I've got the heat just on medium for right now, and I'm gonna just dump all that in there. Make sure you have washed your stank ass hands before you start messing around with all this. And I touched it, so I'm gonna wash my hands again, and we'll get to chopping some veggies. And I have a cool little trick to show you guys how to chop onions a little bit easier. So I grabbed my large chef's knife, and you want to make sure obviously your knives are sharp, or this is totally not gonna work. And then I'm gonna cut it in half from the bottom to the top, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to cut it this way, you want to cut it this way. If you hear a weird background noise, that is the stove. That's the weird noise that it makes. I don't know. So now that it is cut in half like this, then the bottom part we're gonna leave on, and we're going to cut off that tip. I don't think my knife is sharp. Like not sharp enough, but see how we just cut that tip off? And then we're gonna peel it. And get all that out of the way. Now that that's all peeled, so now what we're gonna do, this is the little trick, and I'm just gonna show you how to do it with this one, and then I'll get off camera for the other side. But so now that we have, you're laying it on the flat side right here, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your knife, have your blade facing the onion, and you want to start just a tiny bit above, depending on how big you want the size of the diced onion to be. So I'll do a couple and I'll show you. I don't know how, hopefully you guys can see this pretty well. So I'll just do 2, and you're not going all the way through. And I'm going to show you guys. So you're cutting in towards, see how I've got those 2 layers? So you're cutting back towards this thing, but I've left a little bit of room because you want it to all stick together so it doesn't fall apart and it's not like a hot mess. I'm trying to keep my fingers out of the way so you guys can see. So yeah, just depending on how big you want the dice to be, I totally skipped a layer. But you just have to be really careful. So now that we have that, we're going to chop it like this. And I want them pretty small because they're going in chili. So I'm gonna have it squeezed. And you don't want these to go all the way back either. See how I'm doing that? So that way we've cut into the onion horizontal and vertical. Is that the right word? I don't know. And now we're gonna cut it like this, and it's all gonna fall into little diced onion pieces. See how easy that is? I didn't know this trick before culinary school. I'm dead serious, and I see, like, more often than not, I see other people that actually do know this trick. The little ends will fall off, the little ends that you didn't cut to all the way, so you do have to kind of go back and like cut those. And you just kind of go back until, yeah, and then I always got the little butt of it left, and I go ahead and I just kind of like dice that up normally. Please be careful for your fingers if you're not comfortable using a knife. This is not the best. You want to, like, your fingers need to be like tucked in like this. Like, you don't want to cut with your fingers out like this. That is no. You want to tuck them under. Yeah, see how I'll just get the rest of the little bits off of that? So you're just left with your little stone. So we're gonna go get this in the chili, and I'm gonna chop up the rest of the vegetables. I'm gonna put in some chicken stock now. I know, typically I would use a veggie, but this is what I have, so this is what I'm gonna use, and it's honestly really no big deal. You can use freaking water if you want, if you season it good enough. But so yeah, I'm just gonna stick this in there. Okay, I forgot to tell you guys, after I got the vegetables in, I turned the heat down to medium low, and I put about a cup of veggie stock, or chicken stock in here, and now I'm gonna season it. There really is no rule of thumb, but I would honestly put at least a teaspoon of, like, the majority of them. I'll show you which ones I add a little bit more of and which ones I don't add as much of. Actually, I'm gonna start with salt. Don't be afraid of salt. If the rest of your diet isn't like all processed and fake and everything, then the real food that you're eating like this, like, you can go for it with the salt. Eating like a low carb or keto, you like pee way more actually, and it flushes out your sodium and electrolytes, so you need to actually consume more sodium. So I have like less than a tablespoon here, but it's not gonna all go in there. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a gist. And I like to let this simmer. After I put the stuff in, I do like to let it simmer, because like the flavors become richer and more pronounced as they marry together. So I'll like put in the seasonings, and then I'll put the top on, and I'll let it just sit, and I'll let it simmer for at least 30 minutes before I check it. So now I'm just gonna add some black pepper. It doesn't say it, but you can tell. It's in kanji. So this doesn't come out super fast, but I'm gonna give it a good shaky. You're not gonna put a whole teaspoon of black pepper in, but make sure I can see it all over the top. So some cumin, because what is chili without cumin? You know what I'm saying? Making sure it wasn't all chunky. Okay. Cumin really like mimics the flavor of beans to me, so I like adding this because it adds that classic chili flavor in my opinion. It's having a hard time coming out. It is like in one piece. It's really humid here, so a lot of times your spices will form into like one solid piece. Oh my god, I think I'm gonna sneeze. So next, some paprika. And you don't want to go as heavy-handed with this. A couple good sprinkles in there. And next we're gonna do some red pepper, and then even less of this than of the paprika. Just kind of really dust it on the top very lightly. I think I'm really gonna sneeze like it's brewing, but it won't come out. I hate when that happens. Now I'm gonna put some Worcestershire sauce in. Just like a couple little, like that's it. That was probably a little too much, but we'll see. So it already smells so good. I don't know if a lot of people put this in their chili, but I put it in my meat sauce too for spaghetti. It just adds a really good level of flavor. I really like it. So yeah, you guys, so far this is just beef, vegetables, tomato, well that's vegetable, so you know, canned tomato products, and spices and herbs. So this is a very clean meal. It's healthy, it's full of nutrients, vitamins, protein, all that good stuff. So yeah, now we're just gonna get the top on it and let it sit for a while, and I will check back with you guys in a little bit. So it's been about 30 minutes, and I'm going to check on the chili. Get you guys here. Ooh, sorry you can hear my toddler screaming. It's his bedtime. He's not very happy about it. So this looks good. Definitely looks more like chili now. So I'm gonna try it and see what it needs. This is an important step. Oh yeah, hey, I'm in my jammies, getting all comfortable, you know, got a robe on. So I just like to taste the liquid. It's definitely got some spice to it. Ooh, so spicy. I like it spicy because at the end we put sour cream and cheese on it. So, and I love like the spice of cayenne and red pepper so much. That's actually really good. I don't know if it needs anything. I'm gonna put a little bit more salt in it. Just a little bit more. And I got a spice rack over here that I'm like looking at because I'm thinking I'm gonna put a little oregano in it. I'm gonna throw some of that in there. Not too much. This comes out really slow, so I think that's good. And then I'm thinking, I don't know if I have, trying to see if I have some basil. Okay, yeah, I have some dried basil. I think I'm just gonna throw a tiny, teeny, weeny little bit of this in there. Just some basil. That's good. Give this another stir. I honestly wish I would have made like more of this. I wish I would have doubled the recipe. Just him and I are gonna eat it. It's gonna be too spicy for Mason, and he doesn't really tend to like homogeneous mixtures. You know what I'm saying? This is not his forte, but it's way too spicy anyways. But this will probably be just enough for our dinners and our lunches tomorrow. Like, just that. Just dinner tonight and lunch tomorrow for both of us, because you guys don't understand how much my husband can eat. Which is really good that this is so cheap, but yeah, I wish I would have made a double batch. I always do that. I always forget, like. Smells so good. This is like the perfect time to make stuff like this. Like, it's getting cold and it's all warm. Why did that one have like no spice? That's so weird. Oh, I inhaled too much. Ooh. If you're cooking for a bunch of people, obviously the spoon that you're tasting with, you don't want to keep sticking it back in, but this is my family, you know, we don't care. That's really good. That oregano and basil really helped bring another level of flavor. So I am going to let this sit. You can let this simmer honestly like on low. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. It was on medium low, but I'm going to turn it down a little bit more. Let's get you guys back up here. It can really simmer. If you guys watch my videos, you know how often I do that. It can simmer for a good while. You want the vegetables to be tender. Some people like them a little more al dente. I don't love them al dente for chili. Just not my thing. Actually, I'm gonna see how soft the carrots are. Oh my god, they're really soft. They're honestly like perfect. I'm surprised. Cooked fast. Local carrots are so good. They're like sweet. that's what's really awesome about this too, is the red and yellow bell peppers are really sweet, and so are the carrots. And then you add the acidity of the tomatoes, and then you have the spiciness and like the sweet vegetables, and then the spices balance out so good together. So yeah, it's honestly great right now. I'm actually going to turn it all the way down to totally low, which will basically kind of cool it down a little bit and just let it sit. And we'll be ready to eat soon. We're pretty much just going to get Mason to bed, and I'll give this, it'll probably be in this pot for another 30 minutes max. And then I will show you guys when it's time to dish up how we do it. So the chili is all done. We ended up having some stuff to do, so I think it sat for almost another 45 minutes, but so it's all hot and fresh. I've got some fresh shredded sharp cheddar cheese here. We just like to sprinkle that on top. Cheese is obviously super low carb and keto friendly, so you know, just go in on that cheese. And then the coolness of the sour cream goes so well with the spiciness of the chili. It balances out so perfect. So yeah, there it is, guys. My fresh, homemade, low carb, healthy chili. Perfect. So that is it for today's vlog, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this little cooking type of video. Let me know down in the comments below if you liked it, if you want me to do it again. I have so many recipes. I mean, I cook homemade food literally every single day. I love cooking. I eat really healthy. I love healthy food. It's fun for me, and I love sharing recipes and stuff. Dinner was so good. We're both extremely full. It is such a hearty, filling dish. Like, you don't need the beans whatsoever. And I liked it better, honestly, than chili with the beans in it. Girl! This is the first time that I've added the carrots, I think. I don't know, but like the veggies were just so sweet, and then the rest of it had like such a flavorful spice. It was so freaking good. I'm so glad I have some for lunch tomorrow, and I'm gonna be making it often because it's cheap, it's healthy, it's delicious, and it's filling. Like, it's so filling. So really, what else can you ask for? Well, that is it for today, you guys. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 14. Bye.